that sort of touchy subject,
Hmm.
was positive for the episode.
Oh, good. That's nice to hear.
So each week on Time Traveling Team, we discuss the companions, the Doctor, and the villains. So let's start our discussion with the Doctor. Paddy, what are your thoughts on the Doctor in this story?
Oddly enough, for me, and it might just be down to, I think it was episode 3, where he only had the one line of dialogue. At times, he felt like a kind of a background character. I'd say that's mostly down to the fact that he was, working on the manufacturing the parts component. But I felt like the others were the real kind of focal points of this. He does have some really good moments in it, though, like when he says that the weapons aren't enough to defend the camp. So we can't get very far with this bread knife when he's handed a sword. I thought it was kind of funny. I also like his interactions with the can. Now I do have some thoughts about Portrayal of Kublai Khan, but I did like the fact that he was able to kind of like have games. Like, it was just basically two old men lamenting their current conditions, and then just becoming friends over it. Also, like just the way he kind of acts around Marco, that you get this impression that he seems to have a greater appreciation for great deeds if there's a greater age number attached to the person performing the deeds. And I think that as well kind of or lends itself to some of my favorite scenes, which is indignant Doc Bill, as I like to call it, because it's just funny seeing him get all flustered and how dare you, sir?
Yeah. One of the first note I put down, and I'm aware that it's explained in the episode as he's affected by the altitude, but it just sounds like at the beginning that he really doesn't like being cold.
Yeah,
That seems to be the thing that's bothering him the most is, you know, screw this, it's cold, I want to go back inside.
yeah,
One of the things that we do see carry over as the bit that I'm actually coming to really love about Doc Bill
yeah,
is this sneaky, mischievous gleam in the eye streak that he has.
yeah,
We've seen it in pretty much every other story, but in this one, it really comes into play when he gives Marco a fake key.
yeah.
And you kind of get the impression that, yeah, he's an older gentleman or whatever, but he's just like this little imp who's just like, oh, you thought I gave you the real key? Hmm? Well, then what's this?
He's like a very tall Yoda.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good. That is exactly. It's like, yeah, I've lost the ability to describe that sentence, but yes, that is a very good comparison.
Same walking stick, same hairline, the whole lot.